Hey, we're going to walk through one of my favorite side hustles, and this is going to help you out. And it's about affiliate marketing, and it's not Amazon. It doesn't take any tech skills for you, it just takes a laptop and an internet connection. And you hear that a lot, but that's all it takes. And I tried to make things simple, and that's why I'm giving you a complete blueprint by just smashing that like button, hitting subscribe, and comment excellent, and I'll get you literally everything, including the software that we're going to use, all the links, everything you need step by step, including this blueprint that I've got with frequently asked questions, some powerful prompts, and we'll link you up to everything. And we also are starting a Patreon group. So if you want to join that, we're going to be doing some live coaching, group coaching, and that's how you'll get into that group coaching. So let's get into this. But before we get going, remember, comment excellent. I'll get you everything you need. And I've been there. I try to help people out like yourself and that are working 9 to 5, 7 to 3, 7 to 7, these grinding hours, because that's what being a slave to the workplace is. You go to work, you come home, you're tired, you go to bed, you wake up, you do it all over again. And you might have a couple days off over the weekend, but you may not even, because you're trying to catch up with everything that you need to do. So I'm trying to give you wealth, and the way I describe wealth is freedom, and that's time, getting your time back, getting your money back, getting your family time back, and getting your personal time back. So time is literally everything, and I'm going to walk you through step by step, and if you stay till the end, we're going to have some incredible bonuses, incredible tutorial here, and I'm not going to leave anything out. First things first, we need to set up a ClickBank account and just go to clickbank.com, because that's where we're going to find some of our offers. We use this frequently, and this is probably one of my favorite affiliate stopping grounds, along with JVZoo if you're into software and some different things like that. But for overall, you can find a lot of incredible stuff. So just clickbank.com is free to set up. And the first thing, once you get that set up, just pause the video, go do that real quick. And then you're going to go into here and you're going to look for top offers. That's what we want to go after. We don't want new offers. You could try some new offers, but there's no statistics. You can see everything's zero. There's no recent affiliate sales here. And you could scroll. There's some that are popping right here, and they have a little bit of a gravity score. That's not anything to go home about. So that low number just means that there's a very few people, which can be a good thing because it can be competitive or non-competitive to go after it. But you can see the conversion rate here. They make $109 off of each sale. This is a done-for-you service. White label. You're just going to find various things here. These are just a few, like 10 there that are new. But when you go into top offers here, you're going to find the top dogs that are leading the way. So the competition's going to be a little bit stiffer because there's a lot of people that are promoting this, and this is you can see the difference in the gravity score. It's a lot higher, but I would do a middle of the road gravity score in the 100s. 173 is a good one. You can see the conversion cost. So this is what you make per sale. So this is a product you do not have to have. You don't ship it. You don't do customer service. That's what is the beauty of affiliate marketing. And believe it or not, on some of these, if you look at the affiliate page on some of these, you're getting like 75% commission. So they're making 25%. So you can see 75 to 80% commission off that first sale. So what they're doing is they're banking on that first sale, and then they have the email, they have the name and the email, and they're looking for reorders basically. So some of these you get a commission off of reorders, some of them you don't. But here's the beauty. We're going to build a landing page over top their promo page. So when somebody goes there, you'll get an affiliate link. When somebody goes to that first, we're going to have a pop-up to grab their information, offer them a free bonus that we'll create in ChatGPT. And this particular one might be a health guide to prostate. So maybe a natural health guide. So, and then because this is a natural product, and so we can get their email and information. And why is that so important? It's important because when we go to promote this, a product similar to this or within this same demographic, because let me show you under demographics here in the top, we scroll down and it tells us men between 45 and 75 in USA is the best results, Canada, UK, and Australia. But here's your audience. So if you get any other products for men in that age group, which is easy to find in ClickBank for other products, and start building your email list, you can promote those through your email list without spending any money. So that's how a lot of people you hear, I made this amount off of $0 advertising, because they built an email list with a smart strategy by doing this and promoting it, because this company is ClickBank's not going to give you that information. They're not going to tell you who bought it. They're just going to say, okay, you had a sale and this is you get this commission, but they don't give you the information. They only give this company the information that is vital to remarketing later on. So we're going to build a landing page. We're going to use the software that we have in that list. It's right at the top of the list. So if you commented excellent, you get that list, and you'll be using this software called Go High Level right in the top. So and then let me just show you a few more things with this. So here's the affiliate page. Under here, there's get links. So this would be your link, and I'll show you how to get this, your affiliate link. And you just leave it at VSL. And then email creatives, if you click on this, they give you a bunch of email creatives. So we're just talking about sending emails. So if you have an email list of men, then you can drive that email list to those individuals. So, and then if there's only, let's just say there's 5 emails in here, we can copy and paste one of these emails. And let me just show you how easy this is. So if we copy and paste this into ChatGPT, we can create 10 additional emails, 100 additional emails similar for this product. Let me just show you. So we're in ChatGPT and we're just saying create 6 additional emails similar to this for Prosta V. We just paste that email in there, and then it's going to start spitting out additional emails that we can use and into our email list and build up our email list. And I'm going to show you that in the software where you can do repetitive automated emails every day. So because remember this, with marketing, it takes touch points. So a touch point is like an email, a text message, a commercial, a radio commercial, things like that, that maybe it's an ad on social media, on Facebook. Those are touch points. So it takes 7 to 12 touch points to convert somebody to purchase something. And so we can do 10 touch points with emails over the next 2 weeks to get these people to drive and do this. So here's some additional emails. It kicked out everything that we need. I mean, it's pretty clear that that these are issues with prostate. So you get the idea how we can go in there and do this. So We have literally everything that we need in here. Here's some terms. And then to get approved for this particular one, you just go in here and click promote, and then you just make a nickname for it, and you'll have your affiliate link. So that's all you have to do. And then let me just show you one thing. If you're into home and garden, cooking, just click on these and it's going to have the top offers at the very top here. So this one is for cooking, and I thought this one was pretty good. It's got a low conversion click. And then home and garden, a big one is this one right here. So it's been around forever, and I wouldn't say to use it, but this particular one probably would be a better one just because it hasn't been around that long. And then one thing I want to talk to you about is how to promote these. So you could do them in your social media for free. You could do them in a lot of free different areas on social media. Pinterest, and we've got a lot of videos on Pinterest and how to promote that with a pin. The other thing is a lot of people don't talk about Bing search engines. Well, let me just say this. The age group in Bing, there's a lot of people that use Bing, believe it or not, for instead of Google. And so when we look at this, the average age is over 26%, I think it was, is 25 to 34. So most of them are in that older age demographic, but the cost difference between Google ads and doing Bing ads is like 1/3 the cost. So you're going to get a lot better views with a lot less money. So you could spend just a little bit of money and see how these things start converting. Remember, you get $150 off each sale, and so that's a big deal. Here's another one. Is DuckDuckGo is a newer search engine that a lot of people are starting to use, and you can advertise on this. I didn't think about this until I just saw this come up here, but that's another great place to go. So Bing and DuckDuckGo is an excellent place to go, and I've got clients that I do their marketing and I push them to Bing depending on what the company is, what they're pushing, just for cost wise. Once you click on the promote to promote that product, just go up into your profile, click on profile, go to your affiliate links, and then you can find out if you've been approved. Some of them are really quick, some of them are a couple days, 24 hours. It just really depends. And save the ones that you like into, just click the heart. And so to do that, you just go into, I think it was health and fitness, and then go in and just click this little heart here and let it light up, and that'll be in your favorites and saved. So we've got what we're going to promote. We're going to do this Prosta V, and then we are going to go set up some, first we're going to set up the landing page with the domain and to bring people to initially, and then we're going to go up, set the ads up, and go from there. So let's go ahead and do that. So remember, we're going to use a landing page to put over the Prosta V. So we're going to lay it over top this page basically with our affiliate link, and we're going to offer something free, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. So first of all, we're going to go into, make sure you downloaded the software and you've got the software so you can follow this step by step, and then you'll have everything that you need to get going. So let's comment excellent, you can get all that, and let's go into the software and see what we need to do. So first of all, we're in the dashboard. We're going to go and we're going to go into sites here, and we need to set up a landing page. So under sites, we can build funnels, websites, stores, blogs. We can do just about anything you can imagine. So we could do something similar. We're going to take some of this artwork, make it similar, and then from there we're going to grab their name and email and then bring them down into this page so that they can order. And sometimes I like to just bring them right down into this particular area. But some people want to do the research, look at it, and see what it's got and go from there. So first of all, we're going to build a landing page. So let's go in and we're going to create a funnel. So funnel is the same as a sales page, basically to generate leads. That's what we want to do. So I like to start from scratch. We're just going to create a new funnel. We're going to call this Prosta V. And let's see. I'm doing this live, so bear with me on my typing. I'm not as fast as all of you. So we've got our first step we need to make. So we're just going to call this landing page. And basically what this landing page is just to collect the information. That's all we want to do. So we can't lay like a form over top of this particular URL because we don't own that domain, but we can send people to our landing page and then from our landing page to this because it'll just automatically redirect, and we'll show you how we're going to do that. So we're going to create from blank. I like to do everything my own way, and I want to kind of grab some of this information here. We're going to save this image in our downloads. Let's see. We'll throw this in downloads here. And then this particular one, I want to save this image also and put that in our downloads. And then we'll just do a similar thing just in the top here. That's all we're going to take and just create a quick lander, enter your information, and for bonus, and then continue to the next page. That's all we want to do. So the best thing you can do is a full width here. And this is just like ClickFunnels. So if you get this down, you can get anything down. So an element is like an image, a text, whatever. So we know in this particular page it's white up here, and we just need to throw a logo in there. So we're going to go over to the left here. We're going to grab image and then go over to the right here, and we're going to grab our image. And I think if I'm lucky, I've got this logo already in here because I've done some things, but obviously that's just way too big. So we're going to bring that down and bring it probably to about 55, and that looks good. So we'll create a little bit of, we don't want too much spacing just because it just looks too wide up there. And then we want to go to the green here. So we want to create a new section, and we want to go full width. And now this particular one, we want to create a background color. So we're going to go over to the right. And if I'm going too fast, just pause it and do your thing and then move on. So we're going to create a nice deep black background, and I don't see the dark blue here, so I'll add a custom one. And then just go into the colors here, and we want a nice deep blue color. So I might have to bring it up a little bit, and that looks pretty close. It doesn't have to be spot on. Now let's just look at that. It's a little bit lighter than this one, but that's all right. We'll go with that. So we'll go ahead and we'll add some text in here. I'm just going to grab the text that they use for their branding. I like to consider doing similar branding because we do a lot of brand identity for companies. It's important to mimic what they're already doing. So we're just going to copy and paste this in. and going to bring this up a little bit, and we'll look at kind of how they have this fast acting formula. We'll go back here and just bring this down, and then go over here on colors, and we just want to basically turn the text to white. Now don't spend a lot of time. I get a lot of people that are trying to perfect everything just perfect, and things do not have to be perfect when you're going after a particular client or whatever, because perfection will slow you down a lot. So I'm gonna take this particular text, and I want to do 2 fonts here, so I'm gonna bring this down, and then I'm gonna turn this font back to white, and then I'll take this one and turn it to blue. So it looks pretty good. We're gonna add an image in here again, add another section, and we'll go full width and add a column. If you want 2 columns, select 2 columns. Play around with the software. It's a lot of fun. So we'll add this in here, and you can see it looks pretty awesome. So we don't need anything else. I do add a little bit of text, and I'll show you what I add if I'm doing Facebook ads at the very bottom. And it's just kind of a disclaimer if you're running Facebook. So I'll add in here like a copyright symbol, 2025, all rights reserved. And then this is not a part of Facebook website. This is more important, this bottom piece from here down, because when you do Facebook or Instagram, which is the same thing, they are going to require that, and they want like a privacy policy. And you can go into ChatGPT and tell them to write you a privacy policy. And I just recommend, if you're setting up a business to do affiliate marketing, you can do it under a sole proprietorship. And I'm not giving you legal advice here. I'm just giving you some tips because I've owned multiple companies, and including multiple restaurants and different things like that. Or you create an LLC or an S Corp or something like that, but just consult with LegalZoom or somebody like that, or a local attorney. And but there's a lot of online help to set up an LLC or a sole proprietorship. Just remember that you get more benefits if you have your business under a veil of LLC, because you get bigger write-offs than a sole proprietorship. But you might want to start out small, and you could start out just as yourself with your social security number, and then build up from there and create a company later on once you start making some profits. So the last thing we need to do is we need to go into our landing page here and put a little form here. Grab your bonus, and we're going to do a quick guide. Remember, we're going to give something away. And that is going to be designed in Canva. So I've got a link in the checklist that we provided for you. And you can get a copy of Canva right there. They have a free version and a paid version. So there's Canva AI, and that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to create a guide for men on, let's see, we'll call it a quick guide because I don't want something too long, on prostate health for natural remedies. And so we'll go along with that, make it visually appealing. And it helps to be able to spell that properly. And then we're just going to say go, and it's going to kick out something for us here really quickly. So it gave us a cover, and then we need to ask for create full guide with remedies. And we'll let that go. Okay, so we've got our guide here. It's pretty informative. It talks about not constitute medical advice, so it's got a disclaimer in there. It's got different natural remedies and treatments. So we're going to use Canvas Editor and go in here, and then we're going to save it, and we can create a link so that we can send this via email the minute somebody puts in their information. So you can see here when we share it, we just go to anyone with the link, and then we just copy this link. So we need to save this link somewhere because we're going to create that email campaign so when they come in, they get the form. So let's go over. We're going to go back in. We're going to create our form right here. I think we're going to just do a quick pop-up, and then from there, it'll bring them into the page. So let's show you how to do that right now. So let's go back. We need to simply create a form here under Sites again, and we want to go to Builder, and all we want to do is create a quick form here. So let's just add a form from scratch. We're going to go with Create. We need to name the form, and we'll just call it Prostate V or Prosta V. I think I need to get that name right. I think it's right there. And you see it's mobile and desktop here. You can view it in different ways. Okay, it gave us some basic information. We could do first name, last name, and email. That's all I would do. You could do text messaging, but through the software if you want to later on, but I wouldn't recommend that. It can be kind of messy. And then we need to have one of these, and I'm not sure why there's two of these here, but we need to take one of these out. So let's take out the top one or the bottom one, doesn't matter. You probably want to put that we don't sell their information. And then just leave it at that. It's nice and clean. We're going to change this color to our Prosta V color and just kind of to match it. And then this is going to be get bonus. And we'll put some text up there. We can do that later. Under here, we do not sell your information. I think that's important to have in there. And then we need to change that color of that text to white. So we'll go ahead and do that. And let's just click on this and bring that font down a little bit. That's the other one. We want that one nice and big and that one nice and small. So that looks good. We'll save that. And then we'll go back and we're going to put it into our form here. So let's go ahead and let me just look at one thing here. So we'll save it and we'll go back. And then we need to go into our funnel over here and grab the funnel. I got a lot of funnels. Let me find that real quick here. So we'll click on Edit. And then we're going to go in and we're going to click on this one, Pop-up Settings, and we're going to add this form in here. So we want one column, and the first thing we're going to do is add the form in. So go over on the left and we need to select the form that we just did. So it should pop right in there. And we can set this to mobile so that we can see how it's going to look on mobile or desktop. Likely it's going to be viewed on mobile. So the other thing I want to put up here is we're just going to add some additional heading up here. If we can get that to go up there. There we go. And we're just going to say grab free prostate guide. Natural prostate guide to health. So probably grab our free, and we'll do that. And we can leave that same color, or we can add in a different color. I think I want to keep the blues going here, and maybe this will bold that and make that, let's see, we'll make this color black, like so. And then we're going to go up, save this, and then we're going to look at this page, but we need to do something here. So one thing in this pop-up, when they submit the form, we need to make sure it goes to the affiliate link. So let's go over and copy that affiliate link, and then once they submit the form, I'm going to show you how we go about sending that free guide to them also. But we want it to go to a website URL. So I'm going to go over and grab my affiliate link and then copy and paste that over to here. So we'll add our URL here, and then this will open in a new tab. So we're going to create that, and we're going to save that. And then we need to do one more thing, because we need to create a quick automation to send them an email, basically. And we're just going to select a domain here. Let's see. If you don't have a domain, you can just use this long URL up here. It doesn't matter. So we're just going to save it like this. And then that's our landing page. Let's take a quick look at it. Up here, just click the eye and see what it looks like. And then our form will pop up. See, grab our free natural prostate guide to health, enter your information. So anytime somebody enters their information, we need to send them that. Remember the link here? Copy this link. So we'll go ahead and go down to automation. We're going to create a new automation. And that's the beauty of the software, is it's super easy to use to do this. So we're going to go back. We're just going to do it from scratch. I do everything from scratch. So all we want to do is we're going to call this Prosta-V. And just to understand, once you get this set up, this is when you can start making money. You know, it's a one-time setup and you're good to go. So we'll call this Prosta-V automation. And here's how we want to do it. So the settings, you just want to leave these on. And then the builder, we want to add a trigger. A trigger is to fire anything that happens. So when somebody submits the form, we're just going to type in form here, form submitted, and the form is right here, and the form is the Prosta-V form. Whenever somebody submits that, we want to send them an email. So we'll just put in send email, and then it's going to come from, we'll have it come from Up to Par Marketing or whatever your name is you want to put in there. And you could put in there Prosta V. And let me make sure I've got that name correct. Prosta V. Yep, I've got it right. Okay. Prosta V bonus, we're going to call this. And then the email that it comes from, you can put in whatever you want, a Gmail, prostav@gmail.com. You could do it prostatehealth@gmail.com. We'll just leave it like this for now. Actually, I'll put in my my Gmail for this particular one. And then we just want to put in, here is your Prostav bonus guide. And then we want to put in a quick email here, and I'll just do that in ChatGPT and ask them to write me a quick email. So here's the email it did for us. It looks really, really good. Here's so we'll take this as the subject line, and we're just going to drop this back in here instead of what we did. I always love ChatGPT on what it does for us. And then we'll go back here, and we're going to grab this information, and I'll show you how to customize the email. So, because remember we were grabbing their first name, we don't want to put that we're from there. We just want to put to good health, and then we'll just put prostate guide health or something like that. We don't need to put a support email in here because we're not the support team. Prostav does that, but we need to go over to Canva, and we're going to copy this link, come back over here, and we're going to put this as a URL to link this, add link, and then the action is the URL, and then we'll say self save. So download the guide, and it gives some tips here: 2 minutes to scan pages, 2 to 3. We don't need to put all that in there. We'll just take all this out, but we can leave some of that in there. So we've got all that in there. We can test this email and see what it looks like. So we'll send a test. And then we want to save this. Let me just make sure. We got to do one more thing. We need to put in their name. So go up to this little custom values, contact, and first name. So it'll add, hey, Jim, hey, whatever, thanks for requesting the free guide. So we want to make sure we give them something. We just don't want to loop them in like bait. And then we're going to save this action. That's the email. We're going to publish this. We're going to save it. So anytime somebody goes in, enters that information, it will take and load all that in there. So let's go back. And our next step is going to be to create an ad for this. But let's look and see if we got our email test and go from there. Okay, we received the email, and let's see if the guide works if we click on it. And bam, there it is. I'm logged into Canva, so it's going to look a little different just because, and they won't be logged into Canva, so they'll just get a PDF. So looks good on that end, and let's go ahead and see how we're going to set up this ad. Okay, advertising options. We can do YouTube and create a video in video. You don't need to be an editor. In that checklist, we have in video somewhere right down here, right at the top. So you could set up, do a video and run it through YouTube ads, or just run it on YouTube as just an organic video and put the SEO in. You could run it on Google, like Google ads, like we talked in the beginning. Or if you want to do Bing ads, which I recommend, do it in Bing, and you have to set up, or DuckDuckGo. Both of those are in Microsoft advertising. So you need to go to ads.microsoft.com and set up an account here. So once you set up the account, you'll be good to go. And I'm going to walk you through on setting up your first ad. Okay, so we're in here. We're just going to create an account. You can import your Facebook, Instagram ads from Meta, import from Google ads, whatever you want to do. I don't want to import any of that. I just want to create a new account here and get that set up. So we'll go with English and have a website. Let's just put it this way. You do not need it. You could just use your URL from the landing page. Remember, we built this landing page over here under sites, and you could just grab this URL over here. It's definitely going to look different than what I'm doing right now, but it's just going to be a longer URL, and you can use that. You don't need to, but I recommend go buy a domain. It's 14, 15 bucks, and do that and get a domain and get things set up. So for me, I'm going to add my marketing group, which is uptoparmarketing.com, and because I want to set up a business account here. So create account and campaign. That's what we want to do, because we want to go ahead and set this ad up and get it up and running. So this is not going to be my final URL. So my final URL is going to be, remember, the one that we just grabbed over there. So it's going to be a landing page. We need to create, you can add up to 20 images in here. So I suggest that you just go over to Pixabay and grab some generic images for males, like adult males. So if you go into Pixabay and do like, this is all free, royalty-free images in Pixabay. There's another one called Unsplash. I'll use a couple of them, and I use another one. So I just want to grab photos of adult males. Adult males. If I can get the males lifestyle is what I'm going to say, and see what it brings up here, and see if we get some good images here. So we've got and we could do active males. Let's see. Let's go with older. And just remember, it's 45. So we want to get just some active pictures. And this is not giving me the best. So we can use ChatGPT to go get those. You just go in there and type what you want in there. So let's go in there. So ChatGPT gave me some images here. Maybe use them, maybe not. Be careful, some of these might not be, they are watermarked, so I would not use these. But the better thing that it gave me is some images of different people active, cyclists. So I could go back to Pixabay and ask for a male cyclist or male yoga. And then it gave me some quick headlines. And so is really good on the headlines and some alt text. And I could say create 10 ads for Bing display or search ads. And then it's gonna, so we'll go over to Pixabay. We're gonna adult, we'll just say adult male active, because really that's what we're looking for. So if we don't get a lot over here, we'll just go over to Unsplash. So I would grab maybe this one. They are not, here's one that's, we could zoom in on, or we could just say males active. That's better. So if we look at this, careful on these. These are sponsored ads. They look like they fit in there, but they are not. We could grab this one. So Pixabay is free to join. So we're just going to log in real quick. And then we just want to download, you don't need a super high resolution, so the medium one will do there fine. Yes, you can add bonuses to individuals. We'll go back here, check out a couple more, see what else we've got. When you click on these, it's going to give you options for other ones. And let's just see what we've got here. And it doesn't have, I'm going to do adult male active, see what else we get here. Okay, I'm using this other software that I've got. This is inexpensive if you're doing a lot of different things. I would grab, like, this one is good. So we'll go ahead and download this. And there it goes. We'll go back, grab another one. This kind of looks AI-ish, but we're going to use it anyways. And let me just go, I'll grab a bunch of images and then we'll go back into the app. The other thing you can do is use the AI generator in Microsoft Advertising in Bing. And then you just put in what you want. So we put in active adult, adult active male, biking, running. We could just say walking, and it'll put them in. So they look a little AI-ish, these top ones, but we'll go with a couple of these. It did add some images in here that it was just thinking that we would use, and we're not going to use those. We're going to go grab those other images that we just downloaded and bring those in here. Okay, we got our images in here. We got our final URL in there. And then we're just going to copy and paste. You can add up to 15 headlines, but we don't need to do that. We're just going to copy these headlines that we got over here. So we got headline, let's see, I don't like, this is a good one. So we'll just copy these. Let's bring this over into here, copy and paste them in. And so you can see how the ad's gonna start looking. So we're just gonna copy these over. I'll pause and copy them in and go from there. Okay, we got all our headlines in, we got our images in, short headlines, we got all that from ChatGPT, long headlines, descriptions, and business name. So the business name isn't going to really show up. And then we want to target locations. We're going to target Florida because it's a kind of a retirement community. So we're just going to go in and let me choose, and I'm just going to target all of Florida. And we'll go with that. And let's see, did it add it in? Specific location, target. Okay, so we're going to target all of Florida. So I look for areas with a demographic for that. And then we want to unselect these. Remember, our demographic is older. So 35 to 49. We could leave that in there, but I would go uncheck unknown, and then I would even take out 65 plus, but you could leave it in there. And then we need to take out females and unknowns, and then word phrases people search for. So now we need up to 25 keywords. So 25 keywords people search for this product. And then we'll take those and bring those in there. And we probably want to separate them. And I would do keyword phrases. So it might do that anyways. Let's see. And we want to keep it vague, safe. Let's see. Just keyword phrases for prostate health. And I want to separate these with comma. And then it'll just list them out here real quickly for us. So we did that. We don't want to use the word prostavy because nobody even knows what it is. So we're just going to paste these in. And I guess we got to put each one in individually. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so we got 25 search terms that people are using from ChatGPT, and I use all 25. So that's important because you want to take advantage of this. It gives me recommendations. I'll just go with this one, $11 per day. You can go with $3 per day if that's what your budget is. I mean, you can see the clicks and conversions you're going to get. So if you had 5 conversions at 150 a piece, that's like, what is that, $750? Now, I don't know if you're going to get that many. 10 would be 1,500 at 150 a piece. But what if you got 100 of those? That'd be 15 grand. So that would be really nice. So we're going to choose our bid strategy. We're going to go with maximize conversions because we want conversions. We don't want clicks. And then we can set a target acquisition. I am not. I'm going to go with just this, just like that. And then we need to do our account details and our payment information. So I'm going to pause on that. Okay, we got our ads all set up. What we're going to do is we're going to watch these ads for the next couple days. We're going to look at our clicks under reporting and ClickBank and see how many clicks we're getting, how many sales we're getting. And then we'll manipulate things from there, whether we want to try some different ads, whether we go with Bing, DuckDuckGo, whatever it is. That's where we will make the changes. But let's run it for a while, see what happens, and go from there. you guys didn't get the blueprint, the checklist with all the bonuses, make sure you comment excellent. And I appreciate you guys watching all the ways through.